YouTube and other people that watches YouTube. My name is Karen Bembry, aka Blasian Fury, sometimes host of Triple Threat. Subscribe. And this is my friend
Candace.
You look nervous.
I don't have another name.
You look nervous. Are you nervous?
Caucasian repression.
Caucasian repression, really?
Yes. It's what I feel.
You feeling repressed?
We're not doing No.
Okay.
Let me be
Anyways.
repressed.
Okay, whatever.
But,
Welcome to Friends with Views.
So basically the entire point of having this was we're friends IRL. And we went to the movies this past Sunday and we saw a movie. I know everyone's heard about it or maybe not. Check it out. It's not Benicio del Toro. Oh my God.
Really?
Guillermo del Toro. And it's Crimson Peaks.
Crimson Peak. Peak. Okay, whatever.
Now.
Alright, let me tell you. Okay, when the credits rolled, I just kind of sat there and looked at the credits.
And I did the same.
And then she looked at me because I could see out of the side that she was looking at me.
Because I was looking for a reaction to gauge.
And then I looked at her and I was like,
meh.
I don't know how I feel about this movie.
It was meh.
Okay, yeah, it was meh.
It was one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen.
The costumes were gorgeous.
The set dressing.
The acting was just great.
And the writing wasn't bad. It was just very underwhelming.
Meh.
Indeed. Meh.
Meh. So let's get down to the point of it. Alright, so spoilers. If you haven't watched the movie, cut this off.
Yeah, go away.
Go away.
Sorry.
Love you. Not really.
We don't have any viewers yet, so that's funny.
So the story is about a young lady who loses her mother at the age of 10 and she sees ghosts ever since then. And she wants to be an aspiring writer.
It was pretty perfect.
It was really perfect.
Because it was Little Miss Ryder over here. It was literally her as a Victorian white woman. It was great.
It was. And this brother and sister come along. Dad does not like them at all. Which Dad...
Justifiably so.
Yeah. Because he sent out this brute
and the
force.
whole time she has an adorable ophthalmologist at her beck and call.
He was
played by Charlie Hunnam.
He was adorable.
And
so, anyways, Tom Hiddleston's character, Thomas, which is kind of funny because it's Thomas and it's Tom. Yeah, anyways. He falls in love with her, whatever, and the dad's like, you know what, I'll give you money right now for you and your sister to leave.
And Tom actually is very sullen because of this. He's very sad. And he doesn't want to. But the sister is,
Yeah. So,
like, she just puts off this condescending bitch attitude throughout the entire movie. Jessica Chastain is amazing. She was a great bitch.
She was amazing in True Blood. But anyways, so they go away. Something happens to the father, and then Edith goes off and marries Thomas, and they go away to Crimson Peak.
As one does.
As one does. So they go away to Crimson Peak, and shit happens, ghosts run about, and then the ending...
But can we talk about this house that they moved into for a minute?
Okay, this house.
Because, like, the house is so majestic and beautiful on the outside. It looks like if Vincent Price were a house.
Okay,
It's beautiful and dark and old and decrepit. Not that Vincent Price was decrepit.
He was just handsome. He's beautiful. So this house, like, on the outside is just great. And then you get inside, you're like, oh.
There's a giant hole in the ceiling and it just rains
And
in their floor.
Like, really?
But it almost became like the house was a character because the house was so overbearing and it weighted her down and
broken.
It was broken and it was just all kinds of fucked up. And now the ghost. This wasn't really a horror movie. It was really a gothic romance. Tom Hiddleston was Vincent Price in this movie. Same cheekbones, everything. But it wasn't scary. So if you're worried about seeing it because you're kind of iffy about horror, go see it. You'll be fine.
The only gory part of it, it wasn't really that gory.
That was very violent.
It was just violent. Was the dad's
when
death.
the dad is murdered. Oh.
Again, spoilers. We warned them, goddammit. We did warn them, so it does not matter.
But yeah, that was a really hardcore scene. But if you'll look at some of Del Toro's other stuff, he doesn't play around. The violence in his movies is very realistic. Even though so much of it is fantasy based. If you watch Pan's Labyrinth, it's about orphans of war and children in war. And that violence is very graphic and real. And the passion and anger that this murder is done in Crimson Peak, it was really well filmed.
It was well filmed. I cringed. I was like, ooh.
It was very well directed and well filmed, I feel like, because the anger at that point was palpable. And I don't want to go all the way spoiler and say who actually committed the murder.
But you felt that anger and that rage
and
that hate. That is pure hate. Let's talk about the ghosts. They were beautiful.
The ghosts were beautiful, and they were this... Del Toro puts the gore in gorgeous. It was a beautiful ghost, and they're this gorgeous crimson, and they're set against almost a turquoise background sometimes, and it's stunning.
It really is. I mean, some of the ghosts that you thought you'd be freaked out with the ghost, no, it's not. Like, you have the ghosts who are all in black, like death.
Well, her mother, when she first came, she was still in her funeral dress and the mourning dress, and it was beautiful. The ghosts are absolutely stunning. It's very much so like a sound movie, I felt like, too, because there's also that scene where Edith has become bedridden because she's so sick, and Jessica Chastain is feeding her, and she makes it a point to scrape the spoon along this acrylic, and it's like nails on a chalkboard through that entire scene.
You mean that porcelain cup?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was like just that sound, because everyone knows that sound and everyone hates that sound.
And you just want to.
It's like a dentist drill
and just punch her in the face.
But I think that's also what makes Jessica Chastain's character so good, is because she was so easy to hate. Like, he even gave you sound effects to know, don't fuck with this bitch, because she's crazy and she knows it. But it was still just very meh.
Yeah.
I guess I was hoping for something like huge at the end to happen. But
and like his other movies, you know, like that moment of, wow, I didn't expect that.
Well, we could never have another Pan's Labyrinth.
We can never have another. I wish.
Such a gorgeous movie.
The set itself, I'm like, how in the world would you do a set like this for a Victorian era movie? Because, you know,
they filmed it in Canada.
Oh, that's true.
That's how they did it.
That's true. Sorry, America. Sorry. But
you can't film shit like that in America. We've ruined it. They could have filmed it in Macon.
They could have.
I would have been an extra.
I would have too.
That was another thing with this movie. I felt like the baby thing was just so randomly thrown in.
Oh yeah, there was a baby at one point.
Yeah, there's a baby. Like, we literally just forgot until now.
Yeah.
That's how
random it was. I was like, wait a minute, there's a baby?
I forgot.
There was a picture of a baby. Like, Edith found some pictures, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, he's married to her. And he's married to her. He's married to her. She has a baby. The fuck?
Shit got real.
Shit got real. Shit really got real at that point. And I'm like, oh, whose baby is this? Is this his baby with this woman? No.
It's his baby with his sister.
If y'all watched this movie and did not figure it out in the first, I would say 15 minutes, 10 minutes of watching the interaction with his sister, the fuck's wrong with you?
Then you probably got the ending and you're like, why are these bitches complaining?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you. But if you're like us and you watch it, you're like, I am left unfulfilled. We are here to complain for you.
Sex scene was great, though.
Both sex scenes are great. What are you talking about?
There was like one sex scene. I do love that she was supposed to be a virgin, but she still knew, like,
to climb on top of him.
roll over and climb on top of him.
Like a...
She climbed him like a mountain.
Yes, she did. And she rode him like
And
rodeo.
it lasted all of 10 seconds.
It did. And then that scene
could have been longer.
It could have. Yeah. So some of you women probably want to go see it because of, Tom Hiddleston's
I'm sure
ass.
there's so many Tom Hiddleston fangirls. Like,
Want to see it because of his ass.
you have those GIFs on Tumblr. You have them saved to your computer. They're on your phone. We know.
We know. We love you for it. The house was his own character. It was bleeding at one point.
It was bleeding and no one reacted.
That was kind of scary.
No one in the house cared. They were just like, oh.
Your house is bleeding.
And then she went back to making eggs.
Or whatever.
No, ma'am.
Your house is fucking bleeding. Your house is Ebola. Or something.
Like, I get it. The house is... That's the whole reason of the title, Crimson Peak. This house has a red clay. And when it snows or gets cold, science happens. Because I don't know. And like when you step on the floorboards, the clay comes up. So the clay is just seeping through this house. And it looks like blood.
But the thing is, if you're going to build a house, because they built a house above the clay mines that made the family rich. Or something like that.
Well, that's the thing is, why you gotta pimp your brother out?
How did we go from the house to pimping the brother out? Let's talk about this house.
No, I want to know where they got the house from.
From their parents.
Where'd the parents' money go?
They spent
Probably to keep Thomas Sharp in boarding school and keep his sister in an institution where she fucking belonged. Well, again, it wasn't really a scary movie. My favorite part is, so they find this dog. It's this adorable, tiny dog.
Yeah, it's so cute. Skinny.
And the dog runs up, and it belonged to the now
deceased wife.
Well, we don't know that, but it's kind of funny because the dog runs up and Thomas Sharp sees it and he's like, God damn it.
I thought I killed you.
And Edith, of course, falls in love with this dog. And
can we keep it?
God.
She gives that look.
Yes.
Yes.
And there's this great scene where she hears the dog and she thinks he's trapped in one of the closets. So she goes to open the closet and she's like, you stupid dog, how'd you get in here? That was Australian, I'm sorry.
She's
I'm
also
not culturally
English.
sensitive.
She was also American, so I don't think she'll have it.
Oh, damn, I forgot. But you're ruining my story. She goes to open the closet and she looks down the hallway and the dog's just sitting there like, bitch, what are you doing? And just kind of, and she looks. And then a ghost pulls the door shut and it was great. And then she bolts down the hallway as anyone would. As anyone with common sense would. For someone who can see ghosts, I like that they made her more realistic.
Yeah.
Because if I could see ghosts, I wouldn't hang out there. Bye.
She even said, we need to leave this house.
Yeah, she tried to leave, but
tried.
Jessica Chastain's craziness was stronger than she was.
And, her brother's willingness to please his sister is like...
But he tried.
He tried.
He was kind of Loki, and Charlie Hunnam was Thor.
He was.
It's just a different telling.
It's like, yes, we're in Victoria age with no powers, so...
Loki was incesty, wasn't he?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really didn't know.
I mean, he was able to...
No, he fucked a horse.
Yeah.
He only had sex with Edith, and he took her V card, and Jessica Chastain finds out, and she freaks out. And I thought she was gonna, like...
Hit her inside the head with a pan.
I thought it was gonna be like the old Southern woman's reaction to everything where she throws a pan of hot grits on someone's face. Because that's literally what happened. She just flings up a frying pan that was clearly steaming and slams it down next to her. And makes this poor girl cry. She's like, what did I do? All I did was sleep with my husband. And Jessica Chastain makes her feel very bad about it.
See,
and if that doesn't give you another clue that there's incest happening.
Shame on you. You were not paying attention.
Because, dear God. I feel like Jessica Chastain was also a very strong character. She wasn't in her right mind. But she was still very powerful.
Which kind of like,
she was very sociopathic.
Like back in the Victorian age, with women of her, when she does get placed in the institute at some point, because you found out in her backstory. for being placed in an institute as a woman, usually if she's crazy, they would perform a hysterectomy. I was surprised that they didn't.
And
do that.
I found this out after the movie.
Yeah. See, that's the reason why you have the term hysterectomy. Believe it or not, men back in the day thought that the reason why women go crazy or have bipolarism or any type of mental illness had to do with their womb. And so they performed hysterectomies.
Let's be honest, they still think that.
They do. Well, I've been a slave, a servant person.
I did at one point ask, why aren't there any black people in this movie? And she's like, sweetie. I was like, I'm sorry.
She did. I was like, they're servants and maids. It's okay. That's all you'll see us as. She's like, oh. Like, who do you want as, like, a black main character, though? I mean, come on. Samuel L. Jackson?
Why knock it? That would be amazing.
That would be great. I would love to see Samuel.
I'm tired of this motherfucking poison in this motherfucking tea.
But I don't give a damn. And I don't think 99% of the women give a damn.
No.
If you like my mom, she does not give a damn either.
No.
She'll wave around her machete, talk bad to you, and tie
You're
in
gonna get
English.
your mama arrested. You need to stop.
She only does that at the house when she's chopping off bamboo. She does? Okay. Hey, my mom's cool as shit.
I love your mother.
She made my brother at one point in life go to the neighbor's house when he was 12 years old to ask them, can my mom eat your tree?
Can your mom eat your tree?
Yes. Anyway.
I thought of a porno plot. I'm sorry.
So
Sounds like a porno.
So does
Can
Crimson
my
Peak.
mom eat your tree? It does.
If you think about it, Crimson Peak. It's a porno plot.
Such a beautiful movie with so many unanswered questions.
But wait in a couple months, there's going to be a porno that says this is not Crimson Peak.
This is
Anyways,
it is stupid because we're hungry.
We are hungry.